I'm out, finished. This is my final fight, I'm done. If I'm training for a fight, then I believe I'm going to win it 1,000,000,000%. There's not even 1% doubt, so I'm not going to annihilate Dillian Whyte, just like there wasn't with Deontay Wilder and everybody else I fought in my career. Even when I've been a heavy underdog, I've never had the doubt of losing. Even when I went to Germany all those years ago and beat Klitschko, I never had the doubt that I was going to lose the fight. And that's my biggest asset, confidence. For me, when I beat Klitschko, yeah, I swear to God I'm not telling lies, this is the holy truth. I wouldn't have took 50 million to lose that fight.
Yeah.
It was worth more to me
the feeling of winning
than anything. Yeah, it was my complete childhood dream of being a little boy to being heavyweight champion of the world and beating Klitschko, not just being a champion, beat that fella. I always looked up at him like, oh my God, he's great, you know what I mean? Like one day I'll beat him. I always believed it. And for any amount of money, I would have never, ever, ever traded that. And well, it's no secret, I never made a lot of money for that fight. It was different times back then to it is now. But I've done everything I need to do now. I've made more money than I can spend in a million lifetimes. So I've got nothing more to do. This is my final fight, capping it off at the Capital Stadium, 100,000 people, another British opponent to fight against, and that'll be me. You might see me in a wrestling ring in WWE or a crossover fight with Francis Ngannou, but this is me with competitive boxing. I'm done. I've been in this game 14 years now. I've been punched to pieces over the years as well. I've had it hard. I've had a long, hard career, and I finally got the just deserves out of it at the end. So I do love this sport, but when I'm done, I'm done. Like, I was done before, and I had the opportunity to have a second career and come back. But when I retire from boxing this time, I will never return, because nothing's really worth it. Maybe if I was skint and I needed to pay a ton of bills and stuff, then I'd have to return, because there'd be no other way. But until that day, I won't return. The only thing that I can gain is money.
Yeah.
Okay? So after this fight, without sounding like a complete I've earned well over 100 million. So if I can spend that, then I don't deserve any more, do I? Seriously. I know Mike Tyson spent $500 million and Holyfield 400 million and all the rest of these guys, but I don't live their big flash lifestyles. I live in Morecambe in Lancashire, it's cheap there. I don't have no big habits where I'm gambling tons of money away or stuff I've invested in that. I don't do anything. So I can never spend the money I've got. And I've got stuff that I want to do, you know, and I've got a lot of opportunities to do that don't involve me getting brain damage. You know, I've got 6 kids at home and a wife. Like, when is enough enough? Why do I have to be one of those people who went on too long and got injured or whatever? Just had one too many fights and blew it all for what? A few more quid. I want to retire on top, unbeaten heavyweight champion of the world. I want to do a Netflix documentary. I want to do a Hollywood movie. I want to bring my kids up. I want to be a good husband, a good father and a good son. That's it. Most importantly, above it all, I just want to be happy. That's probably the hardest thing of all the list. When I finish boxing, I will be more involved in stuff like that. I always say, whether it was Chisora, whether it was White, whether it was Joshua, whoever it was, one of these people, Joe Joyce even, any of them, they're only opponents on the Tyson Fury Roadshow. And I've done it so many times before, 30 odd times in a row, and this will be the same with the same measure again. But I haven't got a man 6'7" who's fast as lightning and take your brains out one hit. I've got a big old Clumberson clubber who's dangerous enough, but just an average looking type of a man. So, you know, I'm going to knock him out. I'm going to put him, well, I'll tell you the game plan. Straight out the block, straight to the middle of the ring, push him back straight away. Land big heavy artillery from round 1 and see how long he can take it for without being hit back. His reach is nothing spectacular. I think he's got 78-inch reach. I've got an 85-inch reach, so the reach factor's not going to be a real problem, to be fair. I've sparred Dillian Whyte many, many times, and every single time I used him as a punching bag. There was times where he couldn't defend himself, and there was a time where he had to be stopped the sparring, and Huey had to spar him, because of Huey instead. Well, Huey was about 18 at the time, used to batter him. So all these stories of him knocking me down 25 times in sparring were highly unlikely anyone believes all that rubbish. There's no substance to it. They're knocking me down up 10 times and all that. And if just saying he did knock me down 8 times in sparring, you just freeze reckoning, just say 8. We all know, sparring ain't fighting, is it? How many times have you seen people in the gym get absolutely busted up? And then on the fight night, they box like Sugar Ray Leonard. Yeah, listen, sometimes you don't have good days in the gym, bad days, whatever. But Byron ain't fighting. Just the record, he never knocked me down once. I've never ever been knocked down in a spar ever. When the gloves are on, them smaller gloves and you're all wrapped up, that's what really counts. I believe sparring and all that is an exercise to practice what you're going to do on the real fight. It doesn't matter if you get it wrong 100 times in the gym, as long as you get it right the one time on the night. Of lately, I've been doing a lot of sparring, not right now, but like for the late camps and that, the last like 4 or 5 fights I've had unlimited sparring because I've been in America, in Vegas, and there's tons of sparring there. Everybody wants to knock the champ out. So I've had unbelievable sparring, and with unbelievable like top 10 WBC ranked heavyweights as well. I was sparring F.A. Jagba in the last camp. He was like number 6, number 7, and I think number 5 could have been the WBC. He was good sparring for me. For Wilder, 6'7", big puncher. Well, I always believe in steel sharpens steel, and you're around other good fit people who have got the same common goal. And I also have this young American guy called Jared Anderson that I really rate, that I really believe will be heavyweight champion one day. I've been using him for the last three camps, and he's been giving me unbelievable work. He's like 22 years old, fast, slick. He's everything that you need to be world champion. So he's been giving me the best work of everybody. I got my own gym there now, along with like a bit of a sports thing, just complex thing going on. I'm going to do the camp there. I train real good at home in Morecambe. When I go away, obviously I miss my family, my kids and all that. But there's always been a reason to go away because it's been a massive time difference, like 8 hours from Las Vegas, the west coast of America. So I was always training abroad, but now I'm back in England. There's no need to go to a foreign country to train because I have a boxing ring and bags and whatever I need, weights and stuff in Morecambe. I know people who have like places that the sparring partners can stay in and stuff, so we have everything, all the help we need. It's great, you know, I understand that I've got to do a job, I've got to promote the fight, I've got to sell the fight, and I don't mind doing it, I do my job. Because people, the 100,000 people ain't turning out to see Dillian Whyte get a good hiding, they're turning out to see Tyson Fury smash his face in. And I believe that I can beat Dillian Whyte with one hand tied behind my back and one foot off the floor. That's how confident I am. I will chop him to bits, not a problem. I will smash his face right in. You're going to see a boxing masterclass. You're going to see the difference in levels. You're going to see the Ferrari racing the Vauxhall Corsa in a race, and that's the difference. There's levels to this game. I'm not saying Dillian Whyte's not capable of winning a fight because he's won nearly 30 fights, but there's a gulfing difference in class here.